Okay, hey guys, so today what I'm going to be showing you is a nail tutorial, and basically you saw the picture before showing you what you're going to be using to create this nail look. So let's just jump right into it. So basically you're going to start by filing down the top layer of your toenail with a medium grit 100/180 nail file. So let's get right on into that. Just want to rough up the nail so that the gel is going to stick to it, grab on, and so your basically your nail art's not popping off. And beforehand, you definitely want to make sure that you give yourself a little pedicure, remove the cuticle from your toenail, because that will cause the gel to lift up off your toe and the gel will actually pop off. Make sure that toenails are filed, there's no like rough edges. Definitely want to prep your toenails before doing this. Once you've done that, take the little kabuki brush, wipe all the nonsense off. Then you're going to come in with your gel base and your gel brush. And you're just going to want to lay down a really thin layer of gel base onto your nail. And you definitely don't want this to be thick. There's no reason for it to be thick. And you're going to want to cap off the free edge, which is the end of your toenail. And try to stay away from about 1/16 of an inch away from the cuticle. You're going to do that to all the toenails. So continue applying the base to all of the toenails, making sure not to get it on the skin, because that would also cause the gel to lift. Once you've done that, and you've sealed all the free edges, you're going to put your foot into the UV dryer and let that dry according to your gel instructions. So I'm going to go ahead and cure the base. Okay, now that you have the base cured, you're going to be taking your sculpting gel and applying it in the same manner. You're definitely not going to want this too thick. Just lay it on nice and thin. This is where the glitter comes into play. So basically, you haven't cured your sculpting gel yet, and you're going to be shaking the glitter over the gel. And this is why you need a paper towel or a napkin or a piece of paper or something of that sort underneath your foot, because if not, you are going to have glitter all over the place. So that's the orange glitter. And now I'm going back with the pink and applying it to the areas, as you can see, that don't have any glitter on them. And if they get on top of each other, don't worry about that. It's not a problem. Just make sure that you get all the spots on the nail with gel so that you don't have any empty nail, basically. And now that you have that done, you are going to turn your foot over and tap off the excess. Tap all that excess glitter off. And once you cure this, you can go ahead and go back with that kabuki brush and just dust off the excess glitter. So now I'm going to cure this and I'll be back. Okay, now that you've repeated that process 2 times and the sculpting gel is cured, you are going to be using your NAS99, or as it's also known as rubbing alcohol. So this is what I'm using. And something like this, I wouldn't really use a cotton ball on that. It's probably not going to go so well because it's going to be gritty and grainy from the glitter. So go ahead and spray that. And basically you're going to be using this to just kind of take off any of that excess stuff around there. You can, like I said, use a kabuki to wipe away a lot of the excess. As you can see, I've also cleaned off my paper towel that's underneath my foot, just so there's not like glitter everywhere galore. And now that you've kind of like cleaned the place off, you're basically going to be putting a layer of the clear overlay gel on it over this right here. So go ahead and do that. Add your clear overlay gel. And you don't want this on too thick. Because if you put a thick layer of this on, it's going to take absolutely forever to dry. And I know this firsthand because when I started doing my toes like this, I'd be there doing them for like ever. Just a ridiculous amount of time. So the thinner the gel, the better. And don't forget to cap off the free edge of the nail. Go ahead and continue to do that to the rest of the toes. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. And once you're done putting the overlay gel on all of your toes and capping off the free edge, you're going to go ahead and cure that. Okay, now that you've cured that, you're going to notice that there's like a tacky film over the top of your nails. And basically the way that we're going to remove that is with the alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and the same tiny little napkin that I showed you before. So go ahead and spray that and just wipe over the top, and this is going to get stuck to it just a little bit, just because it's gritty, like I said, from the glitter, and we are going to be getting rid of the grittiness as soon as we remove that tacky layer. Okay, so this is where your 4-way file buffer comes in. I got this from Sally's. Basically, you just follow the numbers on there. It has number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So go ahead and start off by just, filing down the edges, getting all that extra glitter that might be stuck in the crevice out. And basically what you're going to be doing is filing down the top, just like this. And you're going to start to see that it's getting a little white on top. And basically what you're doing is you are going to be removing all the grittiness from the glitter. Now don't freak out, it's not going to take all the glitter off unless you're using way too much pressure, but go ahead and continue to do that to all the toes, and make sure you go through numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after we have all numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 finished on the toe, we are going to come back to our next step. So go ahead and file down your toe, follow the 4-way buffer, do number 1 on all, do number 2, number 3, and then number 4, and then we are going to get right into the next step. Okay, so now that you've followed steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 from the 4-way file, you're going to be using your top coat, and I am using OPI's Oxium No Cleanse UV Top Sealer. And basically you want to keep this pretty thin as well, just because this stuff is pretty thick. And once you apply that, you're going to notice like a glass shine to that, like a really glassy. It's like high gloss, which is awesome. Next, I'm going to be going for the big toe. And see, it's really glossy now. This is where this little tool is going to come in. You're going to be using the sharper, tinier edge to grab onto the fruit. You can just poke it and go, basically. Just like that. And just place the fruit wherever you want to place it. And now that that's on there, you're going to want to go ahead and stick your foot. Okay, so now that you've finished applying the top sealer, this is basically what the finishing look is going to look like. And I'm also going to be inserting some pictures so you guys can get a more detailed look. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, let me know. Give me some comments, give me feedback, thumbs up, something.